Hello everyone. My name is Shelby. Welcome back to my channel, Grace with Books. Today I'm going to be doing the end of the year book tag. We did it, guys. We are in the home stretch of 2020. Who would have ever thought this year would end? I remember filming my quarantine book haul back in March. Wow, we had no idea what was quite in store back then. So to celebrate, being in those final weeks of 2020, I decided to do the end of the year book tag, which was created by Ariel Bissett to kind of talk about all the things I'd like to accomplish before the end of 2020. Before we get started with the tag though, I would love to thank Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. I absolutely adore working with Ana Luisa because they create sustainably crafted pieces and they are 100% carbon neutral, which means they offset 100% of their carbon emissions. It's really nice to work with a company that is environmentally cautious, and I'm just really proud to partner with them for this video. They are also incredibly affordable, just looking towards the holidays, with pieces starting at $39, and they are currently running an amazing sale for Black Friday, so I will leave all that information in my bio for you guys to check out. They sent me two pieces to show you guys today, and I'm super excited to. The first piece is the Chloe ring. This is a gold ring with an interwoven pattern. It kind of reminded me of an ancient Greece style when I looked at it because of the braids. The gold color is so crisp. It is beautiful. I've had my eye on this ring forever. So I was so incredibly excited when they sent it to me. I'm currently wearing it alone, but usually I like to stack my rings. So I just think this is gonna make a really great addition to my collection. The second piece that they sent me were these beautiful mini organic pearl earrings. I have wanted real pearl earrings for a really long time. Pearl is my mother's birthstone and it was the name of my great-grandmother. So the stone has a bunch of significance to me and my family, and wearing them kind of just makes me feel closer to them. I am actually currently also wearing these earrings with another Ana Luisa product, the gold huggy hoop earrings, and I like to stack my earrings a lot, so I have the gold hoop on my bottom piercing and the pearl on the top, and they just look really beautiful together, and I'm obsessed with them. Once again, you can find all the information about their sale in the description, so be sure to check that out. Now we are going to get started with the book tag. Just gonna get the questions up. The first question on this tag is, are there any books you started this year but you still need to finish? Yes, there are. I have 3 books that I'm kind of in the middle of. The first one is Shine by Jessica Jung. This is the story about a girl named Rachel Kim who her entire life she has wanted to break into the K-pop business, and now that she finally has, she has to deal with the stardom, the rules and restrictions around K-pop stars, and love. So this is kind of just detailing her journey in the K-pop world. And Jessica Jung, who is the author, was actually also in a K-pop band called Girls' Generation, so she really does have an inside look to the industry. And I think it's going really well so far. I'm really enjoying it. I think it hit shelves a few weeks ago, so yeah, this is Shine. The second book that I'm currently reading and definitely need to finish by the end of the year is Supernova by Marissa Mayer. I'm kind of embarrassed to be admitting this, but I've had this book for over a year, or at least almost a year, and I still have not read it. This is the final book in Marissa Mayer's Renegades series, which is a world where superheroes and supervillains are a big threat, and after the superheroes defeated the villains 10 years before, they are now trying to regain power. It's a very basic summary of it, but I don't want to spoil it because I am on the 3rd book, the final book, and at first I didn't read it because I didn't want the series to end, but then it just kind of kept getting pushed back as I had to read other books for different videos and readathons, and I am determined to finish this book by the end of the year, and it's a big one. It's a big book. So wish me luck with that. Every time I feel so embarrassing. I still have not read this, and I've owned the book for so long. So pray for me. We are gonna finish this book by the end of the year. Finally, I am reading the 3rd volume in the graphic novel series called Monstrous. I read the first volume back in October, the second volume last month in November, and now I'm on the 3rd volume. It is about a girl who has this mysterious psychic link to a monster god creature, and she doesn't know how she got it, and she's kind of been digging into her past She realizes her mother is not who she thought she was, and she's kind of piecing together this unknown puzzle to try to figure out why she is so important and why all these different countries or governments want her. So this is the third volume. It is a stunning graphic novel. The art is just so illustrative. It is a little gory, definitely not for the faint of heart to read, but I think it's a beautiful blend of horror and fantasy, so I'm really enjoying it so far. So if you're looking for a new graphic novel, this is a great choice. The next question on this tag is, do you have an autumnal book to transition to the end of the year? Last year when I did this tag, and I will link my last year's video down below, I was very confused by this question, but I actually do have an answer this year. So I have decided to reread my 3 favorite books from the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis to transition into the colder winter months. So I will be starting with The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis, which is the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. This book is just such a big part of my childhood, and it brings me so much joy to read. And I think as we transition into the holidays, this is just kind of a great book to get me in the mood. So I will be reading The Magician's Nephew, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and Prince Caspian. So I'm kind of using these books to transition to the end of the year. Maybe this will become a yearly thing. Maybe I will choose to reread these books every year. I won't know until next year, but this is what I'm doing this year to kind of transition into December. The third question on this tag is there still a new release that you are waiting for before the end of 2020? I think I still have one more book on my radar that I'm like waiting to come out, but I'm actually not sure when it comes out because there are some competing sources. Amazon and Google says this book will be out December 8th, but Goodreads says it'll be out sometime in January. So I'm honestly not quite sure which is true at this point, but the book is A Universe of Wishes, and it is an anthology with short stories written by a variety of authors, including some of my favorites, Danielle Clayton, Zordea Cordova, Libba Bray. So I think it's about a bunch of different short stories about monsters and fairy tales and fantasy and high adventure. So I've been really looking forward to it. I love reading anthologies and I don't get to read them enough. I don't read a lot of short stories in general, but I really enjoy them. So I'm really looking forward to this collection of stories from so many diverse authors. So this is A Universe of Wishes, and hopefully it will be out December 8th, if not sometime in January. The fourth question on this tag is, what are 3 books you would like to read before the end of the year? The first book that I have for that is Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. Honestly, I saw this on Goodreads and kind of fell in love with the cover and the description. From my understanding, this obviously takes a play on the meet cute trope that is often seen in romances. You have a girl and a guy who I believe like in their college years had a very good meet cute and I believe became in a relationship, but something happened and now years later the guy came back to ask for her help with something and she kind of has to figure out if she can trust him again to let him back into her life or not. So it kind of takes that idea of the meet cute and changes it up a bit, which I thought was really fascinating. So I'm excited to get to this cute, fun romance, and I think romance is so fun to read this time of year. The next book I'd like to get to before the end of the year is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. I know nothing about this book. It was on sale at Barnes & Noble. I keep hearing good things about it, and the cover was really pretty. I mean, look at this. Just from glancing at the back, it seems to be about a girl and her mother who have kind of been on the run on the road for most of her life until one day her mother gets stolen away by this mysterious figure, and the daughter, I believe her name is Alice, has to go into this mysterious Hazelwood to try to get her mother back. So that's The Hazelwood. It does seem a little spooky, a little winter-esque. I think it'll be fun to read in the colder months, and I'm really looking forward to it. The final book that I'd like to read before the end of 2020 is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. A lot of people absolutely adore this book. I've had it recommended to me so many times, so that when I found it on sale as a paperback in Barnes & Noble, I just without thinking grabbed it. I know that this is kind of like a dark academia mystery at a boarding school type of book. Once again, I think it'll be really fun to read in the winter time. I think it'll be a nice kind of mysterious read, and I'm looking forward to it. So this is the third book that I want to read. The next question on this tag is Is there a book you think could still shock you and become the favorite of the year? I'm actually gonna go with no for this question. Not because I don't think any of the books that I just mentioned will be really great reads, but just because there is some high competition. I've had so much fun reading this year and I've read some pretty amazing books. So of this lot, I think I will enjoy them. I think I will probably really enjoy them, but I don't think any of them are gonna surprise me and come out as my favorite of the year. If one does, I will be very surprised. The final question for this tag, have you already started making reading plans for 2021? I have actually. So I have had so much fun this year attempting to get to 120 books in 2020, and I think I'll actually be able to make it. I believe I'm at 108 books right now at the time of filming this video. But as much fun as it has been, I think I'm gonna go back to trying to read 100 books for 2021. I've been also looking through the books that I've read throughout 2020 and making note of genres I want to read more of, authors I'd like to read more of, and kind of compiling that into a list, which will eventually turn out to be my 2021 goals. So I've definitely started analyzing the reading that I've done this year and making my list for next year, which you guys will not find out until my 2021 reading goals video comes out, probably sometime early January. But that is the end of the year book tag. Let me know your answers to any of the questions I just asked. I would love to hear them. If you've already done the end of the year book tag, be sure to link that down below too. I'd love to give it a watch. And once again, I'd like to thank Ana Luisa so much for sponsoring this video. As I said before, they are running their big Black Friday sale, and I will leave the link for that in my description, so be sure to check it out. I know that any of their pieces would make amazing gifts to the people you love this holiday season, so just keep that in mind during your shopping. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Hit the notification bell to get updates on when I post. I post every single Monday. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!